Welcome to the Volunteers Portal, a space for your volunteers to manage their engagement with your organization, which allows them to be more self-sufficient, thereby saving you and the volunteer valuable time. Your volunteers will have one destination they go to where they can sign up for volunteer opportunities, manage their schedule, log hours, run reports on their contributions, communicate with you or groups they're associated with, and they can keep their profile information up to date as well. Here on the volunteers homepage, they can keep informed about hours that they've been contributing over time. As well, if they have any upcoming shifts, those will display, and they can directly add those into their Outlook, iCal, Google, or Yahoo Calendar. You can choose to share photos with your volunteers of perhaps some volunteer moments and memories, a personal message or general message for all volunteers, share your mission statement as well as a Twitter and Facebook feed or documents that you'd like your volunteers to be able to access to complete or reference. When your volunteers sign up for your opportunities, you can control your roles such that only those volunteers who you want being able to sign up for them can do so, such as those who are qualified for them. The description as well as any qualifications for this opportunity can be seen by the volunteer. Your volunteers can sign up for shifts they're available for, and you can automate the assignment process if you like, such that when the right candidate signs up to do the volunteer opportunity, that they are immediately given the assignment. This saves you time. Volunteers can also filter the schedule and choose to only be looking at the shifts that they'd like to give their time to. And they can sign up for one, some, or all of them that they'd like to be doing. If any of them happen to already be full, then a volunteer can choose to put themselves on the backup list so that in the event any of your shifts appear to have gaps in the schedule, you can look to your backup list to fill it with a different volunteer. Volunteers can also view and print out their personal schedule of assignments in a list and a calendar format as well. Volunteers can confirm or decline for assignments they've been given, and when you allow it, volunteers can remove or cancel themselves for an assignment that they can no longer commit to. If you like, you can get an email notifying you of the gap they are creating in your schedule. Volunteers can also subscribe to receiving a weekly email reminder about their upcoming shifts, and if you like, you can allow volunteers to see who else has been assigned to work these assignments with them. Volunteers control how much of their information they want displaying here to the other volunteers. If needed for your program, you can allow volunteers to log hours. One way is for them to create a new time log from within their volunteer portal and just simply indicate the role that they did, the date that they did it, the hours and minutes that they had volunteered. Another way you may choose to allow your volunteers to record the time they are giving is to have them checking in and out from a kiosk when they show up for their assignment. You can also allow the volunteer to do this from their mobile device as well if you like. The volunteer will start the clock for their assignment, and then the volunteer will stop the clock once they are done. Ever have volunteers ask you how many hours they gave your organization? Well, now your volunteers can find those answers on their own time. Volunteers can easily see the contributions they are making in terms of their lifetime hours and hours so far this year. Or in a bar graph and chart, they can see month by month the time they've been giving. Some volunteers may have service hours they must complete and thus can set a goal for the hours they'd like to reach in a time period and have that tracked, even if it's just a goal they want to track for personal interests. And volunteers can run reports specific to their contributions and time they're giving, so they don't have to use your time to ask you to run that report on their behalf. Volunteers can easily email you as an administrator or any committees and groups that they belong to that you're allowing them to email. A volunteer just simply types their message, adds attachments, and sends. Volunteers can keep their profile information up to date so you aren't using your time for that administrative work. And there you have it, one personalized space for your volunteers to fully manage their involvement with your organization's volunteer program, and that space is branded with your organization's banner and colors.